Hello and welcome to today's edition of Focus On. I'm Kenneth Igbomo. Today's episode takes us on a journey all the way to the West Indies to the Bahamas for the host country agreement signing between Afreximbank and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. The agreement will see the Bahamas host the 31st Afreximbank Annual Meetings and the third edition of the AfriCaribbean Trade and Investment Forum. For the first time, the annual meetings will be held in the Caribbean, and this meeting hopes to serve as a catalyst for future Africa-Caribbean collaborations. The Honorable Philip Davis, the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, speak to why this is significant.
President Benedict Oramah, our esteemed guests, today's signing ceremony is an important first for the Bahamas, as well as for Africa-Caribbean relations. It reminds me of the profound potential buried within our diaspora that I spoke of just a few weeks ago at the Bank of Botswana, when I said, a potential shaped by our collective history, a bloodline of resilience, and the shared spirit that binds the African continent and the Bahamas. In recognition of this new chapter in the ASPEC partnership today, it is with immense pride we officially signed the agreement for the Bahamas to host the African Export-Import Bank's annual general meeting this coming June. Our ancestral history is marked by strength in the face of adversity, beauty and creativity, even amid scarcity, and a relentless pursuit of self-determination. In the Caribbean, our forebears who traversed the vast expanses of the Atlantic, not by choice but by force, today unite us in a cause that is far greater than the ocean that separates us. Their dreams, their struggles, and their hopes are encapsulated in this moment as we, their descendants, forge a future where Africa and the Caribbean stand shoulder to shoulder, not just in solidarity, but in economic collaboration for mutual prosperity. This AGM meeting in the Bahamas is a symbol of what we can accomplish through unity and collaboration. In today's world, amid economic and environmental challenges, we choose collective advancement over self-preservation. Instead of building walls, we choose instead to build bridges, bridges of trade, bridges of innovation, bridges of financial integration, and most importantly, bridges connecting our people and cultures. As we prepare to welcome the continent of Africa to our shores, we are reaffirming a vision where our economies are intertwined in support of one another, where the barriers that have historically divided us are dismantled, and where our collective strength is recognized as the tide that would lift all boats. Our commitment to this vision is underscored by the preparations underway to ensure that the AGM serves as a forum for dialogue and a catalyst for tangible, impactful deliberations and collaborations. We are setting the stage for discussions to aid us in navigating the challenges of our times, including climate resilience, financial inclusivity, and the digital transformation of our economies. To the African Export-Import Bank, our partners, we extend our deepest gratitude for entrusting us with the honor of hosting this significant event. Together, we are celebrating the spirit of partnership. We are commemorating a union of dreams, the dreams of our ancestors and the dreams of future generations that we pledge to realize through unity, collaboration, and mutual respect. A year and a half ago, in November 2022, the Bahamas, along with other Caribbean states, participated in a historic movement with the African Export-Import Bank. We signed a document that promised to forge a future where the Caribbean and Africa move forward cooperatively to work toward the advancement of our peoples and our economies. The Memorandum of Understanding signed between the government of the Bahamas and Afreximbank was the beginning of an extraordinary partnership, one that sees the Bahamas as well as its sister Caribbean states establishing a deep and meaningful partnership with Afreximbank. This relationship is pioneering. It is founded on the principles of trade between us members of the Global South, a testament to our ability to work together to develop our own opportunities and our own solutions. In keeping with this mission, Afreximbank's commitment to expanding operations in the Caribbean through the establishment of the Caribbean Exim Bank is an example of the potential for development in our region. Afreximbank foreshadows an investment of $700 million in the Caribbean, a bold statement of faith in our collective future. It is a future which the Caribbean community can unlock much needed economic and social benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, as we look forward and toward the horizon, we must look beyond today's challenges to tomorrow's opportunities. This annual general meeting in the Bahamas will be remembered for the decisions made and agreements signed, but also more significantly, as the moment when Africa and the Caribbean came together for a better future.
President and Chairman of the Board of Directors of Afreximbank, Benedicto Rama, says there's a positive outlook for many African and CARICOM countries. Therefore, cementing closer links is of mutual benefit to accelerate growth and prosperity for the two regions.
Today is a remarkable day. In a simple ceremony, we set the stage for an event which would have been beyond contemplation just a few years ago. Today we sign a hosting agreement that will bring the Afreximbank Annual Meeting to the Caribbean, retracing the infamous Middle Passage, but in this case, giving it new meaning and purpose. By setting such of our pens, we commit to an event that will solidify the partnership between Afreximbank and CARICOM states, a partnership that will form the platform for global Africa to take its destiny into its hands. Prime Minister, about 10 months ago in June 2023, you were a first-time guest at Afreximbank's 30th anniversary celebration and annual meeting held in Accra, Ghana. Today, we will sign an agreement to host the 31st annual meetings. It is an enormous responsibility you have willingly assumed, and which we sincerely appreciate and applaud. The Board of Directors and management of Afreximbank are most grateful to you, your government, and the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas for this honor. We recognize the sacrifice and responsibility that come with that decision, which are all the more reasons for our deep appreciation. The decision to run this historic event just after the momentous events in Ghana, a country with whom we share common history, culture, and identity, reflects the strong bond that truly binds us as one people with a common destiny. It's also a first statement of a belief in the AfriCaribbean integration project. By holding the 31st annual meetings of the bank in Bahamas, we collectively make a strong commitment to elevating the collaboration between Afreximbank, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and the entire Caribbean region to a higher pedestal. Most importantly, Afreximbank shareholders will, for the first time, see and feel for themselves the Caribbean project their institution embarked upon some 3 years ago, in fulfillment of the aspirations of being the African and Caribbean states. In under 2 years, a lot has been achieved in the context of the roadmap we drew for ourselves. 11 out of the 15 Caribbean countries have entered into the partnership treaty that Afreximbank and the Caribbean states agreed to enter into. And that treaty is similar to the establishment agreement entered into by and among African states participating in Afreximbank. These foundational agreements set the stage for so many other things to happen. For instance, in August last year, Afreximbank opened the Caribbean office in the Bahamas, in the Barbados. Afreximbank board also approved a limit amounting to $1.5 billion for Caribbean partner states, to rise to $3 billion upon the remaining countries joining the partnership. A pipeline amounting to $2.4 billion has been built in the Caribbean, and in January this year, Afreximbank made its first disbursement in the form of a climate-linked loan to St. Lucia. Last year, the bank received its first shareholder from CARICOM, which was the Caribbean Development Fund. The bank is also currently working with the CARICOM Secretariat to create a CARICOM Exim Bank, which Afreximbank is willing to be an anchor investor if the CARICOM states agree. Honorable Prime Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, here at home in 2 months, shareholders of the bank will gather in Nassau to hold their annual meeting and associated events. We're also working with the government to develop an AfriCaribbean marketplace here in the Bahamas. Well completed, that marketplace, which will be a permanent marketplace, will house manufacturing warehouses, be a transshipment point, also a distribution and logistics hub for various tradable merchandise that Africans and the Caribbeans produce and would like to trade on. It will finally establish the Bahamas as the gateway into the Caribbean. These will constitute remarkable achievements when we complete it. And we hope that the government will work with us diligently to bring this game-changing project to completion. Honorable Prime Minister, Afreximbank Annual Meetings also offer a blend of celebrations, reflections, and deliberations. They remind us of our shared heritage and give us the opportunity to appreciate our rich cultural diversity and identity. They allow us to reflect on and celebrate our collective achievements and socio-economic progress in prior years, while also having the challenges of now and opportunities for the future. This year's annual meeting is being organized under the theme Economic Prosperity on the Platform of Global Africa. The Economist magazine recently noted that the world had degenerated into the bad days of neo-mercantilism, a system where bigger than labor policies assume national policy preference over global cooperation. In such a world, the trust of all Africans couldn't be better defined. In an era where every group must fend for themselves, we must rise as global Africa, and with our abundant human and natural resources to pursue our own quest to economic transformation. For now, that ourselves can free our minds and restore dignity to our people. This will constitute the first of the discussions and presentations at the annual meetings. At the apex of the events will be an opening ceremony on June 13. It will be graced by heads of state, heads of governments, regional organizations from Africa and the Caribbean, as well as policymakers, academics, and businesses across Africa and the Caribbean, and from around the world. Other notable sessions will include keynote presentation by economists, policymakers, and a dedicated section to showcase trade and investment opportunities in the Caribbean and the Bahamas. We also have dedicated sessions focused on youth, innovation, and the creatives, three essential pillars of economic development, especially with focus on our youth. We will end a series of events with a closed-door meeting of the shareholders of Afreximbank on June 15. It is our expectation that at least 4,000 participants will train these islands, not just to participate in the annual meetings, but to survey the wonders of the Bahamas. Experiences over the years have shown that the immediate and near-term impacts of the annual meetings of the bank and the tourism and the hospitality industries around where we use them can be immense. By way of context, the annual meetings in Ghana earned the hotel industry there tens of millions of dollars for the 1 week the event lasted. We expect much higher impacts on the Bahamas. Before concluding my remarks, I must express our deep appreciation to our government for the source of support it has given us towards the preparation for the annual meetings. The support of officers has been remarkable, professional, and exemplary. We therefore extend our appreciation to them through you. We look forward to insightful, entertaining, and path-breaking annual meetings in June here in Nassau. Thank you for your kind attention.
Your Excellency, we thank you for your comments. We will now have the signing of the annual meeting 2024 hosting agreement by Signatory Nassau, Mr. Cresswell Stamp, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and Ms. Anne Azay, Director of Communications and Events, Afreximbank.
After the signing, journalists had the opportunity to ask some questions. I took the opportunity to inquire about how the coming events in June could impact investment flows between Africa and the Caribbean, and vice versa, and also the works to improve trade information between Africa and the CARICOM states.
My name is Kenneth Bong from CNBC Africa. My question is going to cut across investment flows and trade information. It's good to see that we're here for this signing ceremony, and it's very key and important as we move to the annual meetings. And I'd like you to speak to the specific opportunities you see for investment flows, and also how this integration can improve knowledge around the products from both regions, from Africa and also from the Caribbean.
That will attract the investments on both sides of the divide of the class ocean that separates us. Once we're able to identify those investment flows, we then set up the mechanism to ensure that any barriers to prevent that from happening or to slow it down are removed. And this meeting that is foreshadowed, this annual meeting, could do several things. One, identify opportunities, identify challenges for the investment flows, and then come to strategies to remove those obstacles to ensuring that the flows of investment are unimpeded. And insofar as the trading, most of the Caribbean, well, the Bahamas itself is a consumptive economy. Most of what we have are imported. For our part, as I indicated, we are seeking to diversify the economy by investing more in agriculture. And so insofar as trading and etc. seek to identify technical assistance from Africa and the African countries that have the experience in this area of agriculture production, both pastoral and other crop growing, and try to build facilities together. We have missions that hopefully when we at this meeting we can identify ways and means of ensuring that we are able to transfer technical assistance and expertise between African countries and the Caribbean. And then we start with that, Professor.
Yeah, I think if I touch specifically the word to say, I just want to add in the area of information for investments. We have what we call it's a project platform. We have project platform. It's a digital platform where we upload all green projects in Africa, and some of them being done on public-private partnership or where countries are looking for contractors to build them, and so on and so forth. So that platform, we have opened it for Caribbean projects and for Caribbean investors to see. Those who are interested can go there, see the opportunities for investment in different African countries, and also the African businesses are also able to see the opportunities in the Caribbean, and then they pursue. We also will very soon begin a more targeted trade and investment promotion in the Caribbean, and also work with relevant agencies in the Caribbean to also do in Africa. What is available is any country, whether African try to go to Caribbean or Caribbean go to Africa, but comes on Afreximbank, Afreximbank will normally follow, as we do today for African countries. So we follow them to Caribbean, and follow the Caribbean to whatever country, and help prepare it so that it is effective. We know that the greatest constraint to boosting trade and investment is information flow. And the reason for that was because of the work of colonialism. Part of the development rule was to make sure you don't have information amongst yourselves. So you know more about Europe, America, and recently China than you know about the country just across the border. So that we have to change. Unless we change, we're unable to boost trade. And that's why we're using digital platform, because that is the best thing to do. And that is also why we are very, very interested in the Bahamas market, permanent marketplace. Because that will be, over time, we believe it become the hub for information about what is happening in the Caribbean and in Africa, in the context of Afro-Caribbean trade. In fact, even Africa and its diaspora. Because people who want to buy things will get there, people who want to do investments will go there and get all the information. They don't have to travel very far. And that will be connected, hopefully, with the IATF virtual platform for trade fair. That's also a permanent trade fair, which is a virtual permanent trade fair. So the platforms we have for trade information, and of course the active involvement in actual trade missions, are the kind of things that we believe will help drive the trade and investment flows we are hoping for.
Beyond the meetings in June, a lot of work is being done to create an ecosystem and hub for trade integration between Africa and the Caribbean countries.
So we're going to establish an Afro-Caribbean marketplace in the Bahamas. And what that is, it's a taste of Africa and the Caribbean in one place. It's a one-stop shop. We also see it as being able to be a place where there's trading opportunities for the various African and Caribbean products. So each country, all 54 African countries should be represented, where you can get arts and craft and food and the best of what that country has to offer. And it's going to be right here in the Bahamas, on Grand Mama Island in particular.
Here in the Bahamas, we will be also unveiling a very important project we'll be doing here, the project on the Bahama Permanent Exhibition Space. And this permanent marketplace, we expect to be the hub for the trade and investment links between Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora, because the way it's designed, and we're working with the government to put it, to develop it, is that countries and businesses will have their agencies here, and make it possible for somebody from the US, from Latin America, from the Caribbean to come there to all that things that can be shipped all the way from Africa, and vice versa. So the Bahamas is a place that we feel very comfortable to host this, because don't forget that our annual meetings now attract between 5,000 to 6,000 people. So we need hotel rooms. We need a very, very well-functioning meetings facilities. Bahamas offers these excellent facilities, so we expect to have a smooth meeting. However, given the numbers we are beginning to see, we encourage those who want to attend to register early. First, to make sure that they get hotels. That is first thing, so we don't have to turn people down, or to enable us also if the hotels we blocked are not enough, so that we can explore other opportunities. Second, and most importantly, on the logistics side, we've made charter arrangements for flights, to do direct flights from Cairo, from Addis Ababa, from Lagos to Nassau. When people book early, we would then know whether the number of flights we made available will be sufficient, or whether we need to make other arrangements. So that's why I want to use this opportunity to ask your viewers who are interested in attending to register early. I think the registration is now open.
The signing of the agreement paves the way for the meetings to hold in Nassau in June, where the 3-day event will host some key sessions, including a high-level presidential plenary that will emphasize the emerging global Africa that includes the Caribbeans and the diaspora. I'm Kenneth Igbomo. Thank you for watching, and see you in the Bahamas in June.